GTA, motherfucker.
But what was it?
Oh, can I pet that dog? Can I pet you? Let me pet you. I want to pet you.
You kill the jackal.
Hey, buddy.
Harvest its leather.
Boy.
You can't
boy,
pet it.
Boy, damn it.
But
I just want to pet you and love you.
Wait, feed the chickens, man.
Where are the chickens?
I don't know. There were some by that lady's house that healed you.
You healed me by rubbing like a dry, infected cloth on my wounds.
She gave you an AIDS cloth for those contusions.
Yeah. Well, yeah. They.
Oh, hey, there she is right now.
Hey. What is above your current position? Ah, shit.
It's a trap.
It's a tarp.
But what was? Actually, no. You're still fighting someone, I think.
Who?
I don't know. But
oh, probably that guy approaching me with a bow.
Menelaus just like won the whole marriage thing. He brought him back to Sparta and everything. And then Paris shows up. I was like, "What's up, bitches?" And then this is where the story diverges a little, because sometimes, yeah, he literally just.
Okay,
picks up,
I'm still being attacked. What's up?
In one story, he.
Ow! Fuck!
In one story, he just basically picks up Helen and just walks out with her, while Menelaus was bound by the gods to do nothing, like physically stopped by her. I don't remember.
Ow! Fuck!
But then there's the other version where she came willingly, because Menelaus wasn't home. But yeah, and then Menelaus got all upset with that and called upon all of the suitors, because luckily
all the suitors were like, "Hell yeah, let's help this guy we lost to."
The father of Helen made everyone agree
to
defend the marriage. So if someone threatened it, they would all gather in arms to defend it.
Yeah, I really wish Aphrodite mentioned that.
You remember Achilles?
Yes.
You remember Odysseus?
I remember. Yeah, I remember.
They tried to weasel out of this.
Were they suitors or were they soldiers?
They were suitors.
Okay.
Odysseus was also married though, so.
Achilles is my bro.
Yeah, but what was it? Achilles,
your fan character.
Actually, no, Achilles I think was like the Roman name. Wait, no, he was another Greek spelling, I think.
Heracles.
Heracles is the Roman.
I interrupted you.
But
she is a tough old bird.
Ah, fuck, what was it?
Like you, eh?
Alright, so they tried to pretend to be mad so they could weasel out of their deal. Achilles,
like mad as in crazy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Achilles, I forgot what he did, but
those
I think
fangs on my hood are gonna stab me in the back of the neck.
But he got called out on it, so he had to go. And then Odysseus tried to be mad by sowing salt into his fields, and he wouldn't listen. He wouldn't respond to any of them, no matter what they did. So this is, hey, I have a great idea. Let's prove that he's not mad. This is Achilles' idea. Let's put his front instead of a plow, because apparently that's dangerous. You know, that slow-moving object.
His what in front of the plow?
His son.
Oh, they're saying
his
front.
So he saved his son from the plow, and then he had to go. And he is master mariner and strategist, so he's very useful. And what was it? Oh yeah, for those of you who don't know who Odysseus is, his Roman name is Ulysses.
That's a good name.
We had a president named Ulysses.
Ulysses Grant, right?
Yep. I think it was Ulysses S. Grant.
That's fine, whatever.
But yeah, middle names don't matter. But what was it? So yeah,
he was tight with Abraham Lincoln.
But here's the problem. Basically, you know Avengers Civil War?
Yeah.
Imagine that, except with the gods.
Except, yeah.
So here's the thing. It's like Team Aphrodite. She's got like Apollo and
oh, what in the
Ares on her side. So basically, she has the
god of war,
the god of archery and the arts, and the god of war. But then on the other side is Hera, Minerva, Athena. I'm just gonna call them whatever I want.
I'm really hoping I don't get attacked by a hippo.
Hippo and an alligator.
Hippos are vicious, man.
I know they are vicious.
If a hip alligator hit me.
Oh God. No, what was it? There was like a stupid movie that Sam showed me a clip of. It was like all monster scenes from Sharktopus versus Whale Wolf. It was a really stupid movie, like low budget movie, like not even C-list actors.
They're like F-list.
No, they weren't even actors. They were just random druggies that they pull off the street.
Like, hey, you want some crack, man?
And one failed porn star.
Be in my movie.
But what was it? No, so they gathered their forces. There's if you actually read the Iliad, it's like everybody knew everybody, and they did not skip the bloody details. Like, people died horribly in this conflict. But, what was it? Borrow.
Sail, boy!
You can't.
Sail!
You have to borrow it.
My man! Sail, just like 10 more feet. Come on.
Press Y to borrow.
Alright, fuck off. Get out the boat.
No, he's still. Oh, they fixed it so he doesn't kill himself. Because I remember the other Assassin's Creed games, when you borrow their boat, they just kill themselves.
If you just hop on the boat, everyone kills himself.
Yeah, that should not.
Sorry about your boat, friend.
Beached it. Alright, but so they all gather the forces. There's one report. Don't shoot him in the
You saw my
fucking-
face.
Don't shoot him in the, you dumbass. Oh my god.
He saw my face.
Medjay are supposed to protect the innocent.
He wasn't innocent. He was cheating on his wife.
Anyways,
With his son.
Oh god. Anyways,
Who's six.
so I'm gonna tell you an important name, Diomedes. Remember that name?
Okay.
All right.
Domino.
So Achilles, Odysseus, Menelaus, Agamemnon. They all gather their forces, massive army, and they're about to sail to Troy, which is also not part of Greece, mind you. This is like modern day Turkey. So there is some distance between them. Greece is to the west of Turkey, if you don't know, because nobody knows where Turkey is except for the Turkish people.
Now, they barely know what they are.
Turkey, the country that you think is smaller than it actually
They think
is.
they're in a waking nightmare.
But what was it? All right, but the gods. Fuck, what was it? All right, the main three gods that you
Joe,
need to know,
Jim Bob, and
Jupiter, Poseidon, and Jupiter. Zeus, Poseidon, and Hades. You don't really need to worry about Hades. He doesn't really do any of this because he's too busy ruling over the afterlife. And also, the afterlife was not really hell. It was just where everyone went. They had good parts and bad parts. But, so, Jupiter was like, I'm not touching this with a 40-yard stick. And then,
Oh, I just stepped on that. Oh, he's fine. He's healed.
You're Jesus!
I am.
You healed the man of his...
Oh, and he's sick.
Oh, no, he was just tired. He was just lying down. Don't shoot
He's about to be
him.
fine. There we go. He's healed.
He's like, you healed me! And they just shoot him in the head there. I was like, no
You
witnesses.
saw my face.
You saw my true power.
My power to step on people and make them heal.
But, like Neptune...
Like Jesus healed with his hands, I heal by kicking
Neptune,
people.
Poseidon, he kept switching sides throughout the war. So basically he stopped, and he's like the god of the sea and the land. Like he's the person you blame for earthquakes and tsunamis.
Okay, so that's everything.
Oh, also horses. No, God was Zeus was the god of the heavens and the winds. Well, not winds. This, like actually, yeah, the winds. But basically, he stilled the water so no boats could move easily. You'd have to row, and then that's not practical.
Yeah, rowing's for
And-
pussy.
What was it? The he knows too much.
He saw my face.
So basically, they said,
Senu.
and then a important guy whose name I forgot. I think it begins with T. He's like a very important
Tiberius
prophet.
Kirk.
No, he's a very important prophet in or oracle in all sorts of Greek myths. But he said that Neptune wouldn't allow them to sail to Troy unless he sacrificed his daughter to a giant fucking sea monster. So he was like, "What? No, I can't do that." And then they were like, "Oh, what are you, a coward? You won't even kill your own daughter, so we can go kill this
Hey,
guy."
what's wrong with you? You don't kill your own children? What?
No, like you won't kill your own daughter to go and curb stomp this one guy who's done no wrong by you. He's like, he was spurned by this. He was like, all right, I'm gonna kill my daughter, but I'll be subtle about it, and I'll tell her that she's marrying Achilles, so she doesn't know anything.
Marry and Achilles. So he's into some BDSM shit. We're gonna tie you to a pole in the water.
Nah. But, what was it? So... Fuck.
He saw my face.
Stop killing innocent people, you dumbass! They saw your face, kill them!
They saw my face.
But, what was it? And he wasn't he didn't, like, just do this all willy-nilly. He really did not want to do it. Daughters are important, believe it or not, back then. It's who you marry off so you can get some money. But I will be honest. They weren't.
Finish him!
They still weren't that as appreciated as they should have been in ancient times. But so yeah, and Achilles doesn't know this. He wasn't filled in on the plan. So it's like Clytemnestra, the lady that he has to chain to a rock to feed to a giant sea monster, just goes up to him and is like, "Hey, how you doing?" Starts swooning over him, and he's like,
"Hey, baby, what's up?"
Yeah, he's like, "What the fuck is going on?" And then eventually she learns the truth and all that, and she willingly accepts her fate, knowing that her dad will be really butthurt about this. And she gets chained to a rock and fed to a monster. But of course, as many things, there's different ways, different endings to this for those pussies who don't like hardcore Greek mythology, where she gets saved last minute by some guy.
Like Achilles?
No, I think it was a god. And then she goes off and gets married to a god, and is forever butthurt about her dad trying to kill her.
Which ending do you like more?
I like the one where she dies because I don't like sugarcoating shit. Like, I like those old German fairy tales.
Oh, come on. You gotta love, like, the happy endings. There are no happy endings.
Especially not in Greek. Listen, I did 4 years of Latin class. You learn one thing. There's no such thing as happy endings.
Finish him!
No, the only endings you get are, like, ablative, dative, genitive, the singular and plural versions of all of them.
Oh, my goal was to kill them all. Okay.
Oh, hey, good. And you're in the House of Life, too. How ironic.
Yep.
But, what was it? But the Poseidon's like, alright, whatever. Close enough. Either way, basically.
Oh, I'm about to succeed in a second. I succeeded!
But, basically, they just, like, I'm gonna go with the one where she died. So, the water
corpses are still here.
So basically, they were able to sail to Troy now to curb stomp that fucker Paris.
Yep.
And what was it? It was like the fucking World War level shit. They got people from all over Turkey and Greece for this. And what was it? Oh yeah, some of those suitors didn't defend the marriage. They went and joined Paris instead because they were butthurt about not getting her.
So they thought, hey, let's also not get her.
Yeah, but they were sore that Menelaus won, so they were like getting at him by doing this. So what was it? And then everybody knew everybody, so it's funny because you're like, basically, some of these people were killing their old childhood friends.
How do I dual wield weapons? I want to dual wield.
You have to get the weapon bearers. You have
bearer
to buy a skill.
Let's see. Okay.
I think it's at that
generation.
Top one. I think it's that top one. No,
Master Warrior. Okay. Let's look here. This is the Eagle tagging, overpower. Okay, so Warrior, Hunter, Seer. We're gonna look at some warrior skills. Regeneration. That's the only option I have. Grab that. Air attack. Oh, so good. Dropping strikes.
Do the plunge.
Charge, heavy attack. Ooh, nice. Parry. Tap B while in shield mode. So I have to have my shield out. Second melee weapon.
Why does everyone stab me in the back? Because it does lots of damage. It's easy.
Parry.
But where was I?
That.
Jesus Christ! He's like swinging that big ass axe with one hand.
Actually, let's look at some other things.
Oh hey kids, here's another thing. Don't wind up your hits. It does nothing.
Pastime.
Well,
oh, but it makes the hit harder.
No, it
It
doesn't.
allows me to break through shields.
It allows you to stab through hardened steel plate armor.
Yeah. Are you saying that you can't stab through steel plate armor?
You can.
But in video games, I can.
Before the 1300s, you could shoot through it with a hardened Bodkin arrow point, which is basically an armor-piercing anti-tank warhead.
Nice. And the knights were the tanks.
Yeah.
I want to be a knight here.
You can't, because steel plate armor, well, it was invented by the Romans.
Jesus Christ,
Bayek.
Bayek. Look at that.
Anyways, where was I? So yeah, big bloody conflict, 9 years of war. This is like some World War I shit.
Okay, so right trigger and right bumper.
No one cares about these game mechanics. They came here to listen about stuff that happened that may or may not have happened thousands of years ago. Anyways, so yeah, basically they have Achilles on their side, and he's the best fighter, and they also have Ajax the Greater and Ajax the Minor.
Ajax or Ajax?
Either way. Basically, there's Ajax, the strongest fighter, not the best fighter, and all that. He's the tough guy. And then there's Ajax, the miner. He's another guy, but he's also equally important and skilled in combat, and especially archery. I believe he used Hercules' bow at one point.
I need to find a shop so I can sell my stuff.
But what was it? No, actually, I would recommend reading the Iliad. It's very interesting read, very long.
I kind of skimmed through it in my English class.
Everyone skims through their English class. They're not going to actually read that fucking thing.
Yeah, I skimmed through it, pretended to take notes, and then guessed and wound up being correct for a whole bunch.
It was like, oh.
I couldn't remember anyone's
How many
names,
people died in this conflict? A lot.
For me, there was Odysseus, and then whoever Odysseus was in the middle of killing. Like
But,
the giants.
He was. Oh, that's the Odyssey, and also it was a Cyclops.
Oh, whatever. The sequel. The sequel was pretty good.
Yeah, they were both pretty good.
I'm waiting for the third one to really wrap
the
up the
third
trilogy.
one already came out. It's the Aeneid.
The what?
It's the Aeneid.
Aeneid?
Made
Okay.
by
Never read it.
Virgil, the Roman epic writer, who was also a dirt farmer.
Did he write the past two?
No, that was Homer.
So they just.
But he took lots of inspiration. He was basically commissioned by Augustus, the emperor. He was friends with him. Augustus got him his family farm back. But he was commissioned to write the Aeneid. It has an Iliad. It has a Odysseid like part of it where it's lots of sailing and getting lost and fucking bitches. And then there's also an Iliadic period where it's like bloody conflict. But basically, not getting into the Aeneid, it was also a good read. But what was it? So Achilles is basically just murdering a bunch of Trojans, not Greeks, and all that. He's basically winning the fight. It's a very stacked in the Greek favor when Achilles is working with them. And then they take one fort outside of the city of Troy or something, and they take a bunch of slaves. And then he got this really beautiful slave girl, and the weirdest thing happened. They actually fell in love. And I think it was Agamemnon got another slave girl who was but she was the daughter of a priest of Apollo, and Apollo.
Who was Apollo?
The god of archery and the arts,
Okay.
like music, fine arts, painting, etc., and also being really good with the bow. He killed a giant
painting
snake, I
and
believe.
shooting people with arrows, they're really, like,
Really?
they're really complementary skills. Like as they say, the barbed arrow is the huntsman's paintbrush.
What was it, like Rainbow Six Siege? If you look at Glaz's video, he's like,
get off the cliff! Fucking fuck!
back up the horse.
Fangs, get off! There we go. Anyway, what?
It's like Glaz's video.
God damn
it's
it!
like being a sniper, it was like being a painter. All that's different is the stakes, etc. But
All that's different.
And
is
then
the
the
stakes.
priest of Apollo was like, "Hey, I don't have money for a ransom, but
I
please
just
give
love
my
steaks so much.
but give me back my daughter, please, anyways." Smiley face. And then Agamemnon was like, "Ah, fuck you, bitch." And what was it? So, thing is, don't piss off priests, because gods are vengeful motherfuckers in classical times. So Apollo was like, "Oh hell no!" and he started, quote unquote, raining a plague down upon them. But the plague was more like celestial arrows, because people were like dying on the spot. And this happened for several days, but Agamemnon refused to relinquish the slave girl back to her father. Her father. And they were like,
I kind of wish
"Dude,
the
come
drone
on,
in
do
Ghost Recon
this."
was more like this.
And he was like, "Fine, I'll do it, but only if Achilles gives me if only Achilles gives me his slave girl."
So how'd that go?
Achilles is like, "Dude, fuck you. I like this woman, and she likes me." And they actually like
Yeah,
had some.
she's the only
nice
person
snuggle
who looks at
times.
my penis and doesn't go, ah!
No, there's lots of gay moments between Achilles and his friend Patroclus or Patrocles. something like that.
Petrified.
You get rock from his name, but Petrol
Rockman.
for you weirdo Europeans.
Rockman.
Yes, Rockman basically, and he's also important later in the story. They're like BFFs, like borderline gay people.
Mega Man.